This is a GPS tracker for my cat Savannah. 5 months ago, we moved into this. I converted this recently with my dad, and if you can see her there, I have an 8-year-old Maine Coon cat. So we decided to completely change our lifestyle and move into a van full time. Now, we started off with the cat on a lead. She's only ever lived in houses before, so I put her on a lead because I was nervous about her going off walkabouts. Now, that was not fun for either of us. Enter UBQE. The amount of relief this has brought me is unbelievable. So I'm going to talk to you about this now. I have been using it for 6 weeks. I've given it a proper test and it is honestly so incredible. I cannot rave about this enough. So we're going to talk about UBQE today and GPS trackers. You can have them for dogs, cats, and even dementia patients. Let's get into it. So here is UBQE. Here is an AirTag to give you an idea on the size. So it's very small, really light. The AirTag actually, I don't know, they're probably about the same, but just to give you an idea on the size, that's the size of it compared to an AirTag. It comes with this. Now, as you can see, I've put it on a collar, but I'll take it off for you, just so we can have a look. This is what it comes with, the little holder. So this is rubber, really flexible, and you've got those to attach it to a lead. So you get your device, pop it in that side, pull it over that side, and there's no way that's coming out of there. Like, that is in. And then I feed the lead and then clip it in, and that is around my cat's neck. She doesn't have a problem with it. She doesn't show any signs of discomfort or anything. It's really light, so it's not a problem. I'll go put it on her now. Hey, sweetie. It's been so long. Well, it's been 2 months that we've had this on you, and you always come back. I feel super happy to take it off now. Right, this is what we do. Oh, are you gonna, oh. It's difficult working with animals. Right, I'm just going to show them, sweetheart, that you don't mind putting it on. There we go. Normally, she lifts her head up and there you go. That's it. This thing has honestly completely changed how we live in the van. When she was on the lead, I had to constantly be watching her or with her. And she'd get caught, it'd get caught around the van and around the wheels or around the wing mirrors and stuff. And I was constantly having to supervise her outside time, which meant that I then got no peace and quiet. So I was really stressed and she was stressed because she wanted to go off, but I wouldn't let her. And it was just a nightmare. So this tracker has absolutely changed the game. If anybody is in a van or a narrow boat, you know, any kind of situation where you, I mean, even in the house, I suppose, and you want to know where your cat goes, GPS trackers are chef's kiss. So, as you can see, it's a beautiful day. I am in one of my lovely little park-ups. We're next to fields and trees and farmers' crops and things like that. So it's a perfect place for the cat to wander off and explore. And I can always see where she is because of this tracker. So I've had it about 2 months now. I have given it a test in several different locations, in all the different weathers, and I am yet to actually find a problem with it, and I cannot recommend it anymore. The peace of mind that this has given me is invaluable. Okay, so how does it work? It works on phone signal, so 2, 3 or 4G. There are 3 different models you can get. The most expensive one is only £39. £39.99, I think, so less than £40. I was putting off buying one of these because the last time I checked they were several hundred each and there were these really big chunky things and I didn't really want to put one on Savannah. So yeah, the technology has come on a long way, and that tiny little device now uses 4G. I got the one that uses 4G phone signal, and you get a free app that comes with it. There's no subscription, so you download an app on your phone and that is how you track it. There is a button that you click locate. It will send a message to the collar and then it will ping it back to the app. So once you click locate, you have to wait about, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds, and then the update comes through and you know where she is. There are a few setup options. The first one, which is just the standard one, will automatically update every 20 minutes. So it sends a ping to the collar every 20 minutes and you will automatically get that update. There is a track option which will send a ping every minute. So if you want, you can track every minute where your animal is gone, and then it will show you on a map basically where your cat or dog has gone. So there's a couple of options, but it is very, very simple and very, very easy to use. I haven't changed anything. I've just used it on what it came with. The 20 minutes is absolutely fine for me, because if I'm in a situation where I haven't seen her for a while, usually if I don't see her for about an hour, I will go on the app and I will ping, and I'll just see where she is. And then at least I know she's around, and then I don't worry. And then a few minutes later, she'll pop her head back in the van, and that's it. You always have the option to locate now. You always have the option to send a ping immediately, but there are two sort of background options. Just be aware that the tracking one that sends the ping every minute will use a lot more battery. Speaking of battery, it has up to 3 days of battery life, which is incredible for such a small device. What I found though was on the third day, the battery would run out during the third day. And obviously if Savannah was out and about, there's a fly near the camera, there we go. So the battery would die on the third day, sometime in the afternoon. And usually after I'd finished work, that would be when Savannah was out. So what I do now is I just charge it every night. So when she comes in on an evening, I take it out of the rubber case and I charge it for maybe 20 minutes. It charges from 0 to 100 in 2 hours. So again, really low charging time, which is fabulous. I just forget. I was doing it every other day, and then on the third day, I was looking at it going, oh no, it needs charging, and I'd have to charge it for 20 minutes before sending her out. So what I do now is I just charge it every day at the end of the day for 20 minutes or so when she comes in. So it's always full. The location is true to a 5-meter range. So you get a little pinpoint, and then there is a blue circle around it, which I'll put on screen now. So it's precise to 5 meters. But obviously once you know where she is, I walk to that location, and then you can always look 5 meters around you, you can see where she is. So that's not a problem. I haven't needed it to be completely accurate. 5 meters is plenty enough that you can find out where they are, isn't it? So I've had absolutely no problems finding her if I need to. Most of the time, if I haven't seen her for a while, she's just curled up in a bush somewhere, like having a little snooze, which is really cute. But there are a couple of things to note. The GPS is not accurate when it's inside. So if it's inside the van or if it's inside a house. So when I go to visit my parents, I let Savannah out there. So I've had 2 occasions where I've gone to check where she is and I've had a different message come up as opposed to just locating her. The first one being, I was out and about somewhere like this. I was editing, so I was heading my laptop, not really focusing, and I was laying on the bed, and the back door of the van was open. Now, she'd obviously got back in the van without me realising, and she's got a bed underneath my bed. So it's, a van is a metal box, and then she was at the very bottom of it. And I hadn't seen her for a while, so I clicked on the device, and I opened the app, and I clicked locate, and it immediately said device offline. And I went, what? What do you mean device offline? What do you mean? Where is she? Where's she gone? Oh my God, have I lost her? And I had a mild panic for a minute. I was like, no, it's fully charged. Why is it offline? And then my stupid head was going, has somebody taken her? What's happened? Anyway, quick look around. After a few minutes of mild panic, I looked underneath into the bed in the back of the van, and there she was. So when the item was inside the van, at the very bottom of my van, obviously the signal can't get to it, and that's why it said device offline. And something else to note is when the cat goes inside at my mum and dad's house, it will appear like she's maybe 2 streets away on the app. So when the device is inside a house or a van, the location is not accurate because it can obviously disrupt the signal. But because they tell you that when you get the item, it's very clear in the instructions. I knew that. And after the first mild panic of finding her underneath the bed, now if ever it does the same thing and it says device offline, I know she's either under the van or she's in her bed. And every time that's happened, which is not often, that's where she's been. And then when I'm at my parents' house visiting and I check and it shows that she's on 3 streets away, I know, oh, she's just inside having a sleep. So it's not an issue because I know what that means. But other than that, other than those 2 occasions in 2 months, every single time I've checked for her, location just comes up, find her, no problem.
What to do if you lose the tracker? It's story time.
Right, I wasn't going to film today, but I've just had a bit of an ordeal. I'm parked at one of my spots. A lady came with 2 dogs, went for a walk, and when she came back the dogs weren't on a lead. Savannah was out, one of them clocked her and chased her all the way to the end of the car park. I know, yeah, can you hear her? She ended up in some bushes. Thankfully the dog then couldn't get her. You can just hear her in the van now. So Savs went off. The lady was very apologetic. I was like, it's fine, she'll come back, it's not a problem. She's got a tracker on her, so she went. And then about an hour later, straight away I went up, and after she'd gone, and I shouted Savannah, and I heard her. She started mowing. She sounded quite distressed, but I couldn't see her. She was in the bushes. So I just left her, and I was like, she'll come back in her own time. About an hour and 20 minutes later, she comes walking out without the tracker on her collar. So I can track it. I know it's somewhere in there, but obviously when the range is close to 5 meters, when it's a cat, it's quite easy to spot, but when it's just the tracker, it's hard. So I have just put on, in boiling weather, long trousers, long top, and rubber gloves to get on my hands and knees and basically crawl through the bushes to try find the tracker, which I can't do. I've shut Savannah in the van. I'm just gonna have to let her out without a tracker because it's too warm today. I can't not let her out. It's only about 2 o'clock now. So a bit of an ordeal. I've lost the tracker. I definitely should have bought a spare, but it's got a blue light on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for it to get dark, and then I'm gonna go out, and hopefully, if the universe is on my side, I will be able to see the blue light flashing, and then I could go get it. Yeah. I was like, oh, it's no problem, to the lady, and then she comes back without a tracker because she's had to go into some real thick woodlands and bushes to get away from the dog that was chasing her. Yay! So yeah, I'll just let this develop, and then I'll come back to you later on after it's dark, which is going to be late because it's summer. It doesn't get dark till late, and I'll go back over there and I'll try find the tracker.
I didn't have to do that because I found the best feature yet. There is a find watch option if you lose the tracker. So that's exactly what I did, and look at where I found it.
You can hear it around here. I can hear it. Oh my God, come on. No way! Oh, what an incredibly cool feature. Wow. Oh, that's lucky.
So yeah, that's probably one of the best features of the tracker, but all is well again, so let's get back to the video.
So as I said, Savannah's showing no signs of discomfort wearing it. It doesn't bother her. She doesn't like try scratch it off or anything like that. I mean, again, she's just adapted really well. And also now she understands that when the collar goes on, it's her outside time. And when the collar comes off in an evening, that's it, she's in for the night. So it's a really good way for me to communicate with her and for her to know, because previously when she was on the lead, I constantly was just getting meow, meow, like asking to go out all the time, because if I wanted to cook tea or anything like that, I'd have to bring her in because, you know, when she's on the lead, she can get caught and things, and it's just not that safe. So honestly, it was an absolute nightmare. People that have followed along will have seen it. So now I hang it over one of my kitchen cupboards. I normally rise in the morning with the cat on me. So I just reach over, put it on her neck, open the back door, she jumps out. I can then stay in bed and wake up at my leisure without her going, meow, 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 let me out, meow. And yeah, it's absolutely, I cannot recommend this enough. She's come face to face with slugs and snails and spiders and ladybugs and all sorts. It's wonderful.
Huge shout out to Ubiquity for keeping my beloved safe.
Pretty.
If you would like their details, they are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.